There's no gap there. I don't even know how this happens. Driving this every day versus driving the scat swap. These women are out here today. I don't know what's going on. She ain't no problem. They usually carry these. A good small guy who's not like a scammer or something, will have one of these and they'll plug it up to your car first. Port injected engine. You don't need an oil catch. What is good people? Slowly going fast. Y'all know what's up, man. You know, it's a little windy and cold outside today, but we back at it again with another video. Something real simple today, man. So we've been driving the car 2 weeks straight to work. Right? Giving the Subaru a break. We've been driving the Scatty Scatpack for about a week straight now. And today or yesterday, after I'm on the freeway giving it to it, man. Dude on the BMW 540 wanted to race. I guess he thought it was just a regular old 5.7, and it didn't go his way. I ended up smoking the BMW 540. We went from like I think we did a 60 roll and got up to like 140 on his ass, just going. Didn't want to let off. Didn't want to give him no doubt about who won. But got to my job and I'm having a misfire. Just a bad look. I could feel it. And I could feel it as soon as I got off the freeway. And I'm like, man, I know that's not my car tripping. I know check engine light. I'm like, I don't know what it is. Get to my job. Sure enough, car's misfire. So I get home and you know, I've been a mechanic for a while. I'm a truck driver now, but I was a mechanic for a long time. And first thing I'm like, okay, then P0, the code P0301 comes on. So I'm like, all right, cool. We know what the problem is here. We got a misfire. Most likely it's a coil pack with these cars or spark plug. Most likely coil pack. So I'm like, all right, when I get home, I'm gonna swap the coil pack. Swap the coil pack from 1 to 3 to see if that's the coil pack. Nope. Still stayed the same. Still code stayed the same. I just drove around the block real quick. The code didn't change. So I'm like, all right, let's try the spark plugs. And I'm praying it's a spark plugs because, man, I don't want low compression. It just ran good, made good power on a dyno 2 weeks ago, about 2.5 weeks ago. I've been almost daily in it every day. I think I drove the Subaru one day to work in the last 2 weeks. It's just been all this, just enjoying it, right? So go to take the spark plugs out. Mind you, I'm stupid, all right? I was in such a rush to get this engine in when I first bought it that I didn't even do the proper maintenance stuff you should do when you buy a new engine. You know what I'm saying? You should probably flush the engine first if it's been sitting for a while, you don't know. But the engine was closed up, headers on it, everything was there. So I didn't really need to do all that extra stuff. And I was just in a rush to get this thing in here and running because I hadn't drove my Challenger in almost 2 years. Didn't change the spark plugs, right? First spark plug I take out, bruh, there's no gap there. I don't even know how this happens. Look at this. How is it supposed to fire with this problem right here, bruh? That's nuts. Absolutely nuts, bruh. The second one didn't look too bad. A little rusted on the outside, but it's been sitting there for a while. Who knows how long the engine was sitting before I got to meet him. So I'm just gonna run the AutoZone, change all the spark plugs. We're gonna make sure that we got this right because this car's been good, man. It's been really good, running good the last 2 weeks. It feels great. Armin did a great job with the tune. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and hop in the yay old Subaru. She's actually clean right now. When I did drive her on Sunday, I took her to get washed. Nah, it's the desert, so just that quickly you can see where it got dirty that quick. Let's get to it. She could definitely use a vacuum. My girl looks like she got dirt everywhere. But man. Always mess with that first. I forgot I had it in here. You gotta remember one thing about these cars, man. These seats, man, they suck sometimes. These bolstering after a while driving, that shit starts to hurt on my leg. I'm a big dude. I ain't little. So you gotta think about that before you buy one of these cars, man. You might have to get some new seats like sooner or later. You're a big guy like myself. Let me tell you, man, it is hard to do a POV while driving a stick shift car. Normally here in this corner I would downshift it. But I'll tell you, I want to do a whole video on the difference between driving this every day versus driving the scat swap every day, man, because it is a night and day difference. It's really not even close. You know, they own it's crazy because the Scatpack has 200 more horsepower than this car, but it don't feel like it. It really doesn't, because this car has symmetrical all-wheel drive, you know, almost 300 horsepower, and the torque band on these new engines is different. You know, turbo and all that good stuff. There's no turbo lag, so you already know that. This car feels precise, man. It's like precision. Now I love muscle cars. I love them, absolutely love them. I also love JDM cars, though. Y'all gotta understand that I started with JDM cars from the get-go. That's what I started with, so that will always be my love. But I love muscle cars too. I'm a big dude. I enjoy the sound. I enjoy the feel driving them. Driving the Challenger and then getting in this is like, you know, it's like the difference between riding a Harley and riding my Gixxer. And I've done both, so I actually can really attest to that, right? But this thing it don't float at high speeds. I don't feel worried about nothing. I can go 130 in this car and just smooth. You feel me? In the Scatpack, it be moving. That thing be floating. It ain't the same in this car, but yeah, it's not bad, man. Got a little Subaru right there. It's TI. Gotta give him the peace sign. He gave it back. All right, cool. Sometimes they don't give the peace sign back, but Subaru owners know, especially WRX owners know. Everybody give the peace sign real quick. Lord have mercy. I don't know what's going on in the high desert. But anyway, it's like I said, this is so precise, man. It's just, the handling is so amazing compared to a big, heavy, real, true muscle car. You know, even though the Challenger does have independent rear suspension, it's not like, you know, the old Mustangs and old school cars that got solid rear axles. But it's so big, and you know, after it's a 2009, so I'm pretty sure the shocks and everything are worn out, all that good stuff. So, you know, I could probably do some updates, and it definitely, I need to change the upper control arms on it. But yeah, it's just, if I had better seats in this car, I'd probably be a little happier. If I probably could maybe one day get some different seats, but other than that, this car is just, people don't understand, man. They don't understand what a Subaru really is, because, you know, people are always talking about, oh yeah, black men don't drive Subarus, and people tell me that one. You know, I talked to a black dude once. He said he wanted to get one. He was looking at it, test drove it, loved it, man. But he's like, yeah, you know, just black men, we don't drive Subarus. And I was just like, bro, you can't care about what people think, what you drive. You know what I'm saying? You know what you like. You know what you got. You know what you want to drive. Drive what you drive. Like, I'm definitely not driving my Challenger caring about what people think. Or I would have been put the B on it or something and changed all that. I'm never changing that. I want y'all to think I'm in a 5.7 at all times. Ain't nobody stealing 5.7s. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody trying to really race a Scatpack like that too much. They always, if they see a 5.7, they gonna try to race you, or they want you to try to race. They think they can beat you. But ain't nobody. Today is a crazy day. These women are out here today. I don't know what's going on. She ain't no brown. Rat. But alright, we had all those on. I'll get back with you when we get these spark plugs. Alright. We headed back to the crib. Ready for models on. We got a couple of these NGKs, Iridiums. They $16 a pizzop. That shit is real, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Right now, I only got 2 of them things, man. Man, think about that. 2 of them was 32 something. 32 times 8. Nobody got time for all that. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the rest up this weekend when I get paid, bruh. I got a budget and feed. Trying to buy some rental property and stuff, man. Can't be doing this race car stuff. That nigga had a mini hellcat on his Challenger, bro, right now. Just right now. The smallest little hellcat. I don't know what's going on, people, bro. It's not that serious. I mean, I guess you flexing for the hoes. We just switch subjects that quick, but nigga, that is disrespectful. Because some girl gonna fall for it too, thinking you got a hellcat and you got just a regular hemi. But anyway, how you work at AutoZone? And he talking about, oh yeah, I know about the Chargers and Challengers. Like, nigga, you never seen like a track hawk, bro? He was like, nah. I was like, nigga, 700 horsepower all-wheel drive. How have you never seen a track hawk? And I just told him I always tell him 2018 SRTG because that's what the motor came out of. That's in my Challenger. I mean, it's the same. He couldn't even find it on there, so I just ended up saying, just go with a Charger 2018 SRT. It's a BG motor, same thing, so it don't really matter. But he's like, yeah, I didn't even know they even had an SRTG. He's like, I know Jeep and is Mopar, but hey, this nigga crazy. But hey, young, you learning. I don't know how you ain't seen a track hawk though, at least like one time on YouTube though. AutoZone, y'all gotta start hiring actual car guys. All right, yeah, it's back to normal now. We good to go. Man, I'm telling you, I was at my job watching the engine just shake. I'm like, nah, it don't shake like that. And the engine light wasn't even on yet. I could just hear the misfire, so I knew it was coming. Now it's smooth, no ticking, normal valve train noises. That's why I knew I didn't think I had low compression because I didn't hear no hemi tick. Usually with these, if you get low compression in the cylinder or cylinder goes out completely like it did with my 5.7, you got a hemi a tick, a lifter failure, eats into the cam, whole cylinder go dead. You got to do a whole cam swap. That's why I ended up just changing that engine out, and we went with the 6.4. Let's go ahead and check this out real quick. It's pending, but that's from before, so we'll go ahead and shut the engine off, erase that. All right, so we cleared them. Now let's go ahead and run it again. Right, it lurches forward when I start it up. That's just crazy. With the revs, I can already tell it's much better. All right. As long as you ain't got nothing pending, nope, nothing pending. That's the main thing. Only reason those is blinking, when you erase it, it takes a while for it to get those back green. This is a good thing if you're going to get a small check. They usually carry these. A good small guy who's not like a scammer or something, will have one of these and they'll plug it up to your car first. And if all these are green, then they'll run your car. But if they're trying to scam you, they'll just run your car real quick and then they'll fail you because they didn't check first. But a good guy will make sure that all these lights up here, the O2s, the evaporation heater, EGR, fuel, no misfires, communication with the ECU, and make sure all this is green to make sure that you're gonna pass. Because most likely everything green, you're good to go. Yeah, we straight. Should be good. But I can feel the difference, man. But yeah, we're gonna do NGK radios for the whole setup. Change them all this weekend. And yeah. But till then, luckily, no blown motor. I was happy, bro. Look, let me tell you, sitting at work or driving around at work, I'm a truck driver, driving around all day knowing that something is wrong with your car that's at your job sitting there is man, it was 12 hours of torture. Thinking to myself, man, I hope I don't got low compression. Please don't be low compression. Please just be a coil pack or a spark plug. So by the grace of God, thank you, Lord, that just a spark plug and we can drive her again and we good to go. But man, I love driving this car. I enjoy it, especially on cold days like this because my AC needs to be fixed. The fan for some reason is not cutting on with the AC, so I need to check the fuses and everything like that. I might just need to upgrade the fan anyway, but the car doesn't get hot. As soon as the car gets up to temperature, the fan will cut on its own, but the AC is not working. Took the oil catch can off real quick. Now, you see all this oil? That's after dyno and 2 weeks of driving every day up and down the hill. And I drive probably about, I say, good 25 miles to work, traffic, all that. And I beat on it, you know what I mean? Now, I know people always say port injected engine, you don't need an oil catch can, right? And you don't necessarily. People getting 200,000 miles without the oil catch can. And I think some people truly believe that, like a two-stroke, the extra oil that gets into the intake and might not get burnt off, and you get a little blow by through the piston rings, helps lubricate the piston ring. Some people might believe that also, but me personally, I don't go for all that. I like the oil catch can. Just look at all that oil, bro. That's a lot. I mean, that's just after, like I said, 2 weeks. That's literally after only 2 weeks of driving daily. So imagine how much oil gets burnt off and gets into your cats and all that shit. And like I said, this is not a necessity. This ain't. You can drive your car. Like I said, people get 200,000 miles without doing all this. But personally, I don't like all that oil in my shit, man. And then your car gets to smoking, all that. I don't want all the oil in my intake, bro. I want clean burning fuel, and I don't want my valves all gunked up with this. I don't want it. But the oil still looks good though, and this is the purpose of an oil catch can, personally.